What's happening, everybody? It's Troy here, and today we are upstairs looking at some warmer growing orchids. We're going to do a little bloom and spike tour. But first, if I could get you all to like, comment, share, subscribe before we get into the video, that would be awesome. And with that, guys, let's get into it. Today is watering day, and I have a lot of things to soak and a lot of things to water. So I will make this as short and sweet as possible. We are going to start right over here on my Phalaenopsis shelf. We still have the Equestris in spike. Oh, disclaimer, before we get going, you are going to see all of these boxes hanging around my grow space. We had a weird week with shipping. I guess Oregon, which is where Nature's Good Guys is located, got hit with a little bit of a winter storm, and so they were unable to ship their normal days. So that's why we still have hanging boxes all over my grow space. And I'm releasing these beneficial mites to try and take care of my spider mite problem. And I'm pretty sure we are succeeding against the spider mites. So with that, back to what we were doing. The Equestris is still spiking her spike. So when I got it started, I think we had 3 buds up here, and then she just keeps progressing her spike, and as she elongates it, we get more, and occasionally blooms fall off. I know this isn't blooming, guys, but quick side note, this manii came into my collection. This is the dark form, and it's not really that common. And you can see we have some bad leaves. So I've had this for 2 years. I've managed to get 1 leaf. That's it. And we have dropped, I don't know, 4 or 5 leaves. So I am going to replace this orchid, guys. It is not doing anything at all. 1 leaf in 2 years. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. And you can't hold on to the leaves that you have. So that tells me this orchid doesn't have a lot of vigor. Getting her to root has been hard. I think I'm just over this particular one. So we will be replacing the manii black. And I have several Phalaenopsis that are working on spikes right now. You can see some here. Right here, we've got a nice one. So hopefully in the spring we will get to see more blooms on this shelf, but at least I have the Equestris while I'm waiting for everybody else to catch up and get their spikes out. I did bring Shirleyana up here, and I think she looks great sitting in front with her foliage. Really draws the eyes right to her. She gets all the attention as soon as you walk in the door. For my Dendrobium shelf, we still have this Anobi, the purple splash. The only thing that would make this orchid better is if she had fragrance. But just look at the detail. It's almost like an art piece displaying. Just enough pink, and yet I still get my white, because we all know that I love white blooms. Right next door, this is Quintal Farms Hawaiian Magic, who is putting out a spike. This is a super, super special dendrobium to me. So to see her spiking always makes me smile. She has beautiful, deep, I guess we'll call it deep magenta, deep lavender. And she's just phenomenal. She's a Penang, Little Magic by Blue Twinkle. So she's part of the Blue Twinkle hybrids. She's very vigorous, and she'll stay in bloom for months. So I'm very, very, very excited to see her. I don't think I have anybody else trying to spike on this shelf. We had to move Dendrobium antenatum down here because she is putting out a new spike, and it was growing into my grow lights, and I didn't want to singe my blooms. So I went ahead and I just put her down here until she puts the spikes out, and then I'll return her back up here. The shelf's looking kind of empty without her. I forced my epidendrum to take a rest. She was still blooming, guys, and I wanted her to take a rest, focus on making some roots, focus on making and maturing a new growth, and we'll see her again in spring. And that is all I have for us over here. There's also not much happening on this side. I have my Aerangis over here, and Fatuosa lives here. And let's see. Oh, you can see it. Beautiful. We have the start of a new spike. So when I ordered this last year, it came from Yoshi, Orchids by the Lake. And when I ordered it, I think that her bloom was already open. And so it fell off in the shipping. And I didn't really get to see it, obviously, because when I got it, it had already fallen off. So I didn't get to detect a fragrance or anything of the such, but I did get to see what it looked like on Yoshi's Live when I purchased the orchid. So I'm very excited to see how well I bloom it. You know, is it a nice strong bloom? Is she happy on this mount? So only the future will tell us. But I am pretty excited. Again, it's another white bloom. I believe it is supposed to be fragrant, so that's going to make me really, really happy. Nobody over here. If we go up here, we still have the Cattleya Purple Cascade working on her sheath. I don't see any shadowing, so I don't think she has a spike working yet, but we'll let her do her thing. This was a pleasant surprise. I was watering last week, the week before, and my Patanera Jessie Lee, this is Hawaii, and I repotted her earlier this spring, so that's probably why we're only going to see one single bloom, but she is just starting to crack it open. Can't really see. You look on this side, it's starting to crack open a little bit. So I imagine next week we should see how this bloom is going to look, how well she's going to bloom for us. It's a joyful, joyful orchid. I might have a picture from the last time she bloomed. If she did, I will throw it in this video. If not, then I won't. Over here, I threw my Cygnotes, what are you? Taiwan Gold. And this is orange. Obviously, she don't look orange because her blooms they're done, guys. Probably tomorrow when I come in, they will have started to fall. But that's okay because I have another Cygnotes that is blooming for us now. And so, well, not blooming for us now, has buds now, will be blooming for us soon. So that's fine, you know? You get one orchid that goes out and another one starts. And so we get this constancy of blooms. That's the goal anyway, right? Down here, so I didn't want to jinx it because I really wanted to see this orchid bloom for the first time. This is Cattleya maxima. I have two. I have a Cerulean form that lives in my bedroom and is a much more compact variety, where this one is a lowlands variety that I got from Waldor, and it is more of a cone color in the bloom. But she was producing a bud outside of the sheath, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx the situation. And I think it doesn't matter because she's going to blast this bud. So, Unfortunate, but that's fine. We'll just keep getting nutrients to the orchid, and then next winter, maybe we'll get to see her bloom for the first time. When I did buy this orchid, I will say it was, I believe the description said 1 to 2 years to bloom, and it's been 1 year exactly, well, 1 year and a month. So, and then this should be opening anytime. You see it swollen right there. This is my BLC Momolani, and this is variety Elizabeth Off. So I'm super excited to see this. I wanted this orchid, and one of my favorite vendors had it for sale. And so I bought it, and he surprised me and sent it in sheath. And so she's been up here for almost a month, just working on the progression of her sheath. And then last night I came in here to check and make sure all the mites were getting out of the hanging boxes, and my phone light hit this and saw some shadowing. And so now I'm pretty excited. I really want to see this. Orchids by Brian, he just made a short on it not long ago. His looks fantastic. The coloration is just so unique. I'm usually not into splash petals, but this is just, it's really cool. Down here, we don't have anybody with sheaths or spikes that I've noticed. Again, today I have to water, so I will probably notice things as I'm watering. Down here, Bulbophyllum Nelson Vieira, right here. The Nature Nell orchid bloomed. I had 2 blooms, and it lasted literally 2 days. So it was a first time blooming. I was really happy with how the blooms looked, and I came up here to make a video, and they were already drying and going over. So the next time she blooms, as soon as she opens, I will make a video and I will post pictures because I don't want anybody to miss it. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous orchid, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to be cultivating this in my collection. Dendrobium nuberana is starting to go over a little bit. When I'm watering, that's usually when I manicure my plants, get rid of the leaves that are senescing and, well, finish senescing. I like to leave them until they've completely senesced, and then I'll remove them. But these blooms that are looking like this, I can just go ahead and manicure and make the plant look a little bit better while she is still in bloom. That sheath that I was watching finally went over. So we will not be seeing the Laleo Cattleya Fire Dance Patricia, unfortunately. But that's all right. We have a whole new grow season that's getting ready to start in just a few months, guys. We have to make it through what, 3, 4 more months of cold, miserable temperatures, but it's okay. We'll survive. I brought down Brassavola Little Stars. It's a really nice primary hybrid. Cordata by Nodosa. Fairly simple to cultivate. This is her first time blooming. And she has got, I think I counted 3 or 4 more buds. I have not detected fragrance on her yet. I work nights, guys, so sometimes it's nothing for me to pop my head in here at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and catch fragrance on some of these orchids that people are like, yeah, it's fragrant, but nobody ever smells it during the daytime. Well, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes these alba forms especially are just putting out their fragrance, emitting it into the grow space. So Sometimes you can catch them at night. This one, however, I've come in here in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have not caught any fragrance on her whatsoever. But like I said, this is the first time blooming, so I'm not expecting the most fragrance or the most beautiful blooms. Gives us something to look forward to in the future. Up here, I don't believe, no, somebody is in sheath up here, but I can't remember. Maybe. I have a lot of plants, guys, and I'm not getting any younger, so sometimes we forget what we have going on. I do believe that it is safe to say that the Mariposa, that is a bud, not another keiki. And so that'd be really cool if we could get both of those spikes blooming at the same time. Oh, that'd be fantastic. Totally cool orchid, really unique bloom. Over here, I was trying to get rid of this orchid, and now I'm not going to because I have double spikes. This is Wildcat Golden Red Star. I put her in here just to make some space in another grow space. The Zygopetalum triste, yeah, she took the spot of this Oncidium. And I think I'm gonna clean out my Oncidium collection come spring, just hang on to a couple and get rid of the rest. But I have 2 of these orchids, 3 of these orchids. I just need one. I don't need all of them. My goal is, while we're talking about it, let's go down here. I would like to, on the Oncidium shelf, maybe clear out, I don't know, these back there. And when I clear these back here, there we go. When I clear those out, I would like to replace them with more Catasetinae. So that's a goal. Something I'm thinking about for spring. You know, when I first got into orchids, I ordered all these big, huge volume boxes from Hawaii, and it's awesome because you get so many orchids for cheap, but it's not awesome in the sense that you don't get to pick out your orchids. So there's some things that have come into my collection. They're just not my colors. They're not my forte. They're not fragrant, whatever it is. And so I'll either pass them on for other people to enjoy, or I'm just going to sell them online and use that money towards bringing new things into the collection. So regardless, I'm not doing it for a huge profit. I'm literally doing it just to get rid of some, to bring in some that I would actually enjoy more. And while we're down here, this is the Cycnodes Wine Delight. Lovely primary hybrid. She has beautiful deep red blooms that have a lovely cherry fragrance. At least I think it's lovely. This is Hilo Firecracker. Nice Oncidium. None of my other Oncidiums are doing anything. Radiata is still looking awful, but that's okay because she is putting out roots for us. Get some new roots into the pot, and then we can just start loading her up with nutrients and helping her out to the best of our ability. I'll be really upset to lose this plant. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think that there's still hope, but I'm not God and I cannot predict the future. Over here, my Neoscilus Lucneri blessing us with another spike. Let's see, I think in September maybe I made a video for you, a little shorts video with this orchid in bloom. I'll go back and just double check the date, but I'm pretty sure it was just a few months ago that we saw this orchid in bloom. Sometimes things seem like it's just been a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and then next thing you know, it's been half of a year. Over here, Coryanthes macrochorus. She just bloomed around my birthday, which was September. And she liked blooming so much that she's going to do it again. And we still have my Vanda, what is it, Syed? I'm not even going to try to butcher it. That's somebody's name, and I don't want to butcher somebody's name, so I will just post her name on the screen. She is fantastic. This is her first time blooming. I'm obsessed with those blooms. Really pretty pink magenta with some white coloration. No fragrance. First time bloomer, don't expect it. But I mean, that's a big, nice, big, good size flower for the first bloom. I'll take it, guys. I think that she's going to end up being a very vigorous plant. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Woody Panara, Manunia. This is the red cherry variety. I'm happy to see that this plant is going to be vigorous. It appears that way. Focus, please. There we go. She came into my collection over the summer in bud. I think she came in July. Sorry, I'm trying to get over here to show you the front of her, and I'm being attacked by Vanda roots hanging. She came into the collection in July, and we're now in December. So for her to bloom, I think she still held on to her blooms for another 3 weeks, 4 weeks after coming into the collection. And then 4 months, 5 months later, put out more blooms for us. Very happy with how well this orchid is performing. And she's so fragrant. If you guys watched my last cool to intermediate update, I said that I have a Phalaenopsis that smells just like my Vanda, and they even look slightly similar in the blooms. This is the Vanda. So this has that classic, like a Rhynchostylus gigantea type fragrance, and that is exactly what that Phalaenopsis reminds me of. In the afternoon, I'm going to soak these guys, and in the afternoon, when I pull her out of the soak and it's nice and warm in here, she will fill the whole entire space with her fragrance. I am so happy that this is now a named orchid. This is Vanda Justin Katchenko. Probably just butchered the poor guy's last name. But this orchid came in bloom. It was a better grow orchid that I bought locally. We have a place here called Wilson's, and they usually get better grow Vandas in periodically throughout the year, and I go in and snatch up as many as I can. So this orchid came in bloom in March, bloomed again for me over the summer, somewhere between June and July, and now we're in December and she's blooming for us again. By the looks of it, she's going to give us a higher bloom count. So it'll be really nice to see this orchid. If I remember, I'll pop a little picture in there so you can see. One of my viewers said it looks like a lady's ball gown. And I think so. I agree with that. So I'll put a picture in. You guys can tell me for yourselves what you think. And then Denisoniana, which is a species Vanda. You cannot see it, But there is going to be another spike on this side. Now, this orchid bloomed maybe 6 weeks ago. First time bloomer. Nice blooms for the first time and highly fragrant. But now I'm a little confused because it's a species and I was thinking it would only bloom once a year. So I hope that I haven't stressed my plant. I'm hoping that it's happy blooms and I hope that they're not stress blooms. I don't think so though. I mean, if you look at the plant, she doesn't look unhealthy in the slightest. So I think, have I managed to get everyone? I think that's all I have for you guys today. But I figured this time of the year we could always use some blooms to cheer us up. I don't handle the cold well. It's not my favorite time of the year. To have some nice shades of these lavenders and magentas and pinks is actually really nice. So I thank you guys for coming in here, hanging out with me, taking time out of your busy schedule. Hopefully this video was nice and relaxing for you and you got to enjoy some things. I look forward to our next video together, guys. Leave me some comments down in the comment section below. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things if you wouldn't mind. And I will see you all in the future. Take care, guys.